I'm Thomas LeRoy, founder of the sect of the Horn God. Now, it was Clement of Rome that stated, God rules with the right hand and with the left hand. Now, on that right hand sits Christ, and in that left hand, or on that left hand, sits Satan. Now, what does this symbolize? Because of course it's all symbolic. Well, on the right hand is, of course, obviously, Christian mentality, Christian morality, that idea that you can never be God or the God inside of you. You can never reach it. You're always subservient. It is slave mentality. What does the left symbolize? That left hand of God, the satanic, that symbolizes independence, individuality, the rebel, that you can carve your own path, and that you can someday reach that position of Godhead. You become the God inside of you by following that path. Because isn't that what Satan attempted to do? He attempted to be as great as God, not subservient to God, but to become God. Now, the right path, or the right hand of God, like I said, is slave mentality. An example of this would be here in my own county, which right now is on fire. It's approximately, 70,000 acres, a little under, or raging. We're under an advisory evacuation notice, I guess you could say. And to keep up on the progression of this fire, which, by the way, the fire just started right down the road here, the same road the sect of the Horn God started on. To keep up on this fire and its progression, I've been going on social networking sites, and of course, practically everybody is praying to God. Watch out for the firefighters. Praying to God and glorifying Him because He changed the course of the fire, the wind, whatever. And so my house didn't burn down. Thank you, God, for saving my house. Well, didn't your God start the fire? He has control of everything. He started the fire, right? And you're glorifying Him because He didn't burn down your house. Okay, what's the difference between that and, I don't know, a madman with a gun to your head, and then you beg Him not to pull the trigger, and He's great, you glorify Him? What's the difference between that? Or the slave that thanks the master for not beating him and or her, whatever. Thank you, Master, for not beating me much. That is slave mentality. That is the symbolic right hand. You will always, when you sit at the right hand, you will always be a slave. You will always have a master. Now, don't get me wrong, alright? I understand that. We have bosses. Some cases we have landlords. Other cases we have the bank to be accountable to. Whatever. I'm talking about being autonomous up here. Being free here. Being so free that you could be locked up in prison and still be free. Because you're not tied down to any specific ideology. Now, even in the secular world, people are still tied down to ideologies. They're wrapped up in their political viewpoints to such a degree that it becomes almost godlike, and that's from both a conservative and liberal point of view. I'm not targeting either side. If your identity comes through your politics, you're a slave to it. You have a choice in life. You have a very distinct choice in life that anyone can choose. And that is the slave mentality, the slave morality, what I call Christian morality, or that of the master of your own destiny. You decide which one you want. It's up to you to make that choice.